Minimize that. Good afternoon. Today we're doing a show called Coffee With. It's our interview show to get to know different chapters from around the world that's part of SFI and other organizations. So today we're with the USS Essex, registry number NCC 1727. She's a Constitution II class ship. Originally, her shakedown was August 17th, 2020. And she came out of shakedown as chapter of the year. May 17th, 2021 was her commissioning. And we are supposed to be joined by the XO as well. But right now, we have me, Sean, the XO of the Russell Camp, and Drew,
CO of the USS Russell Camp,
and Fleet Captain John Hardy, who is the CO of the Essex. Now, I pulled up the map of, I believe it's England would be your area.
Yes, it's England.
So let's pull up that map real quick. So of this map, approximately how much of that area does your chapter actually cover?
Well, honest truth, we've got one member in one member in Ireland, Southern Ireland. We've got one member in London, well, just outside London. And we've got 3 members in America. So we call it international ship.
Okay, so you pretty much serve all over the UK and America. So that makes you more of a correspondent ship than just a meeting.
Yeah, we do meetings, but there's people can't. People that can't make it. There's a chance.
Well, at least you don't have to worry too much about international lines.
So while we're sitting here sharing that, I also know that your website is 20th.org.uk/WP/chapters/USS-Essex is the website. And just to share that, does have all this information. If you search Starfleet International USS Essex, you actually will pull up this website. And if you want to contact John or his XO, you just hit that contact button right there.
So I've just got my XO.
So give him one moment. I believe he said he was talking to his XO. Uh-oh. What does it say?
Got the message up.
I didn't hear it. Hold on.
Oh, she sent a message on the actual.
Unless you sent a message, but I didn't hear it.
Yeah, it's probably she speaks it. Yeah, it's very. I mean, I'll see if I can get it.
I didn't hear her message.
I
No,
didn't hear
no, why? No.
Is she having a problem getting connected to the
I don't see what she's.
train?
They will call you message. Let's say it again. Can't it? I can't it either.
Sorry, this is the first time we've done this, so and it is international. Right now it's 7:00 in England, and it's 3 in Florida.
Yes, don't have the link.
It's right above. Hold on.
Just send another one.
Okay, I resent the link.
Yeah.
The next question: how difficult was it for you to start your chapter?
Well, when I decided to start a chapter up, it was years ago when I was had the something in Scotland, and it's the days of times they had the shuttle program, and we was going to start a shuttle up under a chapter. We got the 5 to do it, and also they stopped the shuttle program. I do the entire. But lucky enough, my XO knew about 10 people straight away. So lucky enough, got them 10 people to join, and got the 3 people from America on a family thing joined. So we launched that way. Lucky enough, we started off with no issues.
After dealing with
I'll let the XO explain
so
about the.
if it wasn't for life, I would have joined the Essex.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
I can't hear you clear.
Let me see. Mic settings. Let's turn that off and let's say something, Claire.
Can you hear us, Claire?
I'm not hearing any responses.
Yes.
Yeah, she said, no, I can't hear you.
I'm trying to think because
That's on her end. She goes to settings and make sure her mic is on.
yeah, if she's not hearing us, though.
Yeah. Let's see.
Um,
Oh, did I say that? Yeah, I said it in the right area.
We both said the same thing. Huh? Why are you banning her from the studio?
I didn't ban her.
could you just mute yourself?
She just.
Mute yourself.
But so basically, your XO had 10 people,
Yes.
3 of
yes,
which in America.
Well, no, I was looking at the launch chapter, and I just posted Starfleet members only about
Yeah.
new members. These families decided to join our chapter.
I know when we went into Shakedown, we had 8
Yeah,
at the beginning,
We had
7. 7, and then a month later, we ended up with 11.
Yeah.
I think we started off with 12, got up to 18 last year. I should probably come back on again.
I wonder if she has, if y'all use Zoom, she's got to close Zoom out because it won't use both.
No,
use
that's true.
the
That's
same
true.
settings.
We So what was one of the funnest things you guys have done?
Anything we ever done? Anything we ever done? I'm trying to think.
I was just sending that information so that she would.
For me, it was SpaceCon last year. It was the first time we had multiple chapters at a table. We got to laughing and kidding. We made good friends, solid friends. We've continued to work together ever since.
I noticed your chapter has a lot of people at the cons. Whenever you're whenever you're doing the cons in England.
Yeah.
Or is that just your chapter, or is that multiple chapters?
No, for Destination, the one we call Destination Star Trek, it gets everybody, all the chapters together, like the Irish chapter come, a big trip over. Concord House of Tractor, remember, a little table. And all the comrades are laid on the table.
So y'all actually do work together over in England area.
We do work together, yeah.
Well, that's cool. I was wondering because you had, I think the picture I saw, I don't have those pictures, but you had like 20 or 30 people. And for this area and a lot of our smaller events, we have less than 10 a lot of times.
Yeah, that was it's me profile page and other pages I've done. That's from the what they call the Callum one in Ireland. Well, they've got over 200 members on their chapter.
That's a lot of members.
Might be even more members on that.
Yeah, I know the event that we did, the Sci-Fi Bartow event, between the 5 chapters, we had probably 23 people there in total. And the amount of Star Wars fans that were at the event, though, we covered a large, like a congressional stairs area. If you see in a lot of the old city halls and stuff like that, where they have 3 or 4 pillars, we covered that pillar area with Star Trek fans.
Yeah.
Just go to the website, that Facebook page.
Part of the thing might have been the meeting that y'all had before this.
Yeah.
How do you communicate with your chapter?
On the crew page, your Facebook crew page, usually we usually send DMs to people, and sometimes mainly through the crew page, mainly, and just chat through there mainly.
So basically, your Facebook page for the crew, you talk
Yeah.
to them through there.
Yeah.
And
So
are you using Facebook as your meeting connection, or use Zoom or Discord?
we use Zoom for the chat, like the crew chat at 3:00.
How often does that happen?
Once a week.
Once a week. Okay.
Mm.
So y'all actually do communicate quite a lot.
That's how it is.
Still not working.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Hear you.
Heard you.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us yet?
Try this now. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can now.
Good.
Hallelujah.
good.
Sorry,
There you
guys.
There we go.
Yeah.
I realized it after you went dark.
Mm.
What he mentioned that you were doing a crew meeting, and for some reason, if you have Zoom open, it keeps the settings and doesn't allow it to
It
transfer.
wasn't, but for some reason in the update that I was waiting on before I joined you, it had reset my audio settings to my headphones, not my speakers.
Oh.
But there we go.
There you go.
Not helpful. Anyway, I'm here.
Yeah.
Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. We've only done a couple things, and one of our questions was, how do y'all communicate? And well, we figured out
Or
part
not,
of your
Case
communication
maybe. Yeah.
is through Zoom. So y'all actively have once a week chapter meetings, which I know for a fact that a lot of the chapters in America normally have like twice a month or
Some have once a month.
meetings. Us, because we have people on different schedules, working. Some of us work in the same building, and we don't even see each other. So the communication is a lot of times Drew gets to talk to everybody that's there, and that communication is personal, one-on-one things like the direct message, where y'all actually have it set up where you're talking, which is awesome.
Well, I use direct messaging too. I use telephone calls. I use. If there's a way, I use it. I use Discord every now and then with some people.
Yeah, I've not used Discord, but talk is good. I mean, we do communicate using Messenger. We do stick posts on Facebook, but I think it's because we started out in the pandemic, and the captain will bear me out on this one. So right from the beginning, we got used to communicating with each other every week, sometimes more, by Zoom, and we've just kept doing it. I think.
Well, I can tell you, your captain got the nickname of the vampire because he never sleeps.
No, he doesn't. He's always on Zoom.
So I can tell you, for when we were in Shakedown, this man was at meetings for chapters worldwide, visiting and working with chapters worldwide. And I thought it was amazing that he was always there. You tell him, hey, we're going to have a meeting. And John's like, I'll be there. So it amazed me. So one of the unique things that I could say about your chapter, one of the questions is, what makes your chapter unique? To me, that your chapter started at the beginning of a pandemic. It didn't start before, and it didn't start halfway after like we did. Y'all started August 2020.
August the 18th, I think it was. And it was precisely because of what was happening. We
So-
just thought, you know what, now is a good time to bring people together. So we did.
That is amazing. What other unique things about your chapter?
Well, for all that we're based in Essex, we started out in the pandemic and we still have members that are our ambassadors. Our furthest away participant is Australia. We have other people who join our chats from Stafford and Surrey and various points in between. So we're quite, and Northampton. So we spread out quite a bit. We are. That's the other thing that's maybe quite unique about us. Although the core, the founding members, so that's me and John and a couple of others, we are quite geographically close to each other. Most of our members are not, which is the other reason why I think Zoom is so important for us.
Yeah, I think 2 of our members right now are in Germany.
Yeah, well, there you go. So you understand.
No, one is in just one.
I thought the husband and wife got deployed.
Oh,
to,
that's right. The husband did, and then we've got another guy who they've just been deployed to the Belgian border.
And then we have 3 of our members are on the other coast of the U.S.
Oh, wow.
So,
Almost as far away. Yeah.
huh?
Oh,
Yes,
What?
they know.
Yeah, but they have members in the U.S. as well, and some in Australia. By the way, that Carol, our medical officer,
Yeah, my
Oh,
CMO. is in
CMO.
the-
say hello. Yeah.
And I-
she's also my tailor.
and I know you're the
Is that the Picard maneuver just there? All right. Okay.
the pull down. Actually, she made my vest. Was this vest made, or was it the other?
This one was in.
Okay, so both of our vests were made by Carol,
Good job. Very
my-
good job.
And my jacket.
and that shirt.
That was bought.
Oh,
You
that-
wouldn't know they weren't Starfleet issue, gents. You wouldn't.
She made that shirt. That's
She's
the cotton
amazing.
one.
Very nice.
But
She modified it. She didn't really make it.
but
She even
So-
made my TLS Klingon.
they went to I can't
Very
think,
smart.
Neutral Zone Studios in Georgia
Yeah.
last
Oh.
week and did some
Okay.
filming.
They needed Klingons. We brought them Klingons.
So y'all meet every week. Y'all
Yes.
been doing this through the pandemic.
Mhm.
Other than chapter meetings, on average, how many events do y'all put on or attend, cons, stuff like that, a year?
Well, okay, so we attend wherever we can. I mean, and we don't always attend as a complete core group. We try to get members to every kind of convention or thing that's going on, because some of our members raise money for charity. Some of us do other things like Lego events. But this month coming up, for example, we've got 2 things we're doing this month. We're going to the big Star Wars convention because we love a bit of cross-franchising. And we're going to another Comic-Con in a big park in the centre of London, which is a brand new one at the end of April. And then in May, at the beginning of May, on May the 4th, because Star Wars Day, we are going to the sci-fi exhibition at the National Science Museum. So that's kind of what we've got coming up. So as many as we can is the answer. Am I right, Captain? Have I forgotten
Yeah.
anything?
No, you're
Yeah.
doing well.
Now,
Yeah.
we did,
Your
Yeah,
business is going out.
our event we did a couple weeks ago was a Star Trek based event, but we had the 501st out there, and
Okay.
they had 78 members. And one of
Wow.
the things I wanted to do was we set up a little transporter photo op. So I specifically went and talked to our
He's got a
friend.
picture of Darth Vader not only holding a Mark III phaser rifle,
No,
but
not Darth Vader doesn't have it. The Jedi has it. Darth Vader's on the transporter and the
Yeah.
Klingon chair.
Oh, I love
you
it.
need to check the
See?
site because there's a picture of him
Cross-franchising is good. Yeah.
I didn't take that picture,
You probably not, but someone did.
but
And posted it.
I went around and we had a friend that was one of the Jedis that we walked in the Christmas parade with. I said, I need to trade you weapons for one picture. And got a picture of the Jedi with the phaser rifle, and the look on her face is like, this is not right. But it's a Star Trek event. I had to have it.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
the guy that did Darth Vader, their main Vader for this area's 501st, said, I can't do it right now. We're still setting up, but later on today, I'll come by and we'll take pictures. Now, I'm in my Klingon outfit by that time and had been all over the place. He walked up and went, let's go. And he took 30 pictures with different people on the transporter.
Yeah.
With families coming up.
Brilliant.
So it was pretty awesome to do the crossover. And it was one of those things of it was just interesting to do. Like you said, you like Star Trek, you like Star Wars, Stargate, whatever. Go and have fun with people.
Exactly.
And you don't have to go as a complete team. But
Also, it's your fault every time I got called to the front where the stage was. I got dragged over either to the bar or to the weapons wall, or for people to take pictures of the Star Trek guy with all the Star Wars stuff.
Hey, I got more Klingon pictures than I get in Starfleet. That's all I got to say. And I was in the TOS Klingon uniform. They made their full regalia. And I know for a fact, there's more pictures of me as Klingon than anything else.
You probably, well, there you go. But it's good, isn't it? I mean, it's all sci-fi. It's all sci-fi. So what's not?
It was fun. And the other thing that we did was we volunteered for the con, which
to help with security, cleanup, monitoring, weapons checks. We volunteered to work with the sheriff's office for that. We did.
Good.
And the thing is, it left us with a very positive outlook.
Yeah.
And it left everybody really liking us. It's like, so you're coming back for this one, right? Well, we didn't know that was still on because
there you go.
Oh no, you guys will be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. Yeah. But you get back. If you give out, you get back, don't you? It's that.
The cool thing that you already mentioned was some of your members make weapons. Some of your members do community service. Tonight, after we get off of this, we're going to make paper airplanes with Special Olympics.
Well, it's a program called Saturday Night Live, and it's put on at one of our local churches. And it is strictly a gathering of those with special needs.
Yeah.
Because generally people go out to dinner or go to balls or go to something special, and they're left at home.
No. Exactly.
So we don't see that as correct. As a matter of fact, 2 of our members have Down syndrome.
So the question I have is, what is your major outlook on how you make your an effect in your community positively?
Well, I think we all try to do it in our different ways. So as a membership, we're quite diverse anyway. So several of our members are neurodiverse. Several of our members have mobility issues, myself and the captain. And we have people with other learning impairments that are all part of our chapter. Most of us either volunteer or work in the not-for-profit sector or in education, all of which kind of fits with why we love Star Trek in some ways, because it's about inclusion and there's room for everyone.
That's awesome. And as far as mobility issues, we have, not in our chapter specifically, but the group that worked together, we had 3 people that had mobility issues. One couldn't make it because she had just had a surgery.
Yeah.
But having wheelchairs or prosthetics or whatever else, that doesn't make you handicapped. That just makes you differently able.
It just means we have to do things a bit differently.
Just not the same way everybody else thinks about it.
Yeah.
So Jesse from the Andromeda,
Hmm.
he gets there, and even though he does use a
Sorry.
computer,
Hmm.
he's sitting there with his braces running the table the whole day long.
Yeah.
He sits down when he needs it, and it's one of those things of I'm not going to expect him to pick up a tent and take it across the field.
No, but we all
But
contribute in different ways, don't we?
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see.
Did I miss anything off with that answer, Captain? Anything you should add to that? Hang on a minute. Is communications disrupted your end, Mr. Hardy? You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've
Yeah.
just got a few emails.
Okay.
He's checking. Speaking of
Yeah, he is.
communications, he's checking his communications right now.
Surely you should have that handed over to somebody at Ops, Captain. You don't need to be checking communications while you're on a
I
chat.
can't. It's something to do with SFI. It's the communication thing.
It can wait for 20 minutes, can't
Yeah,
it?
exactly. Yes, what I'm doing.
Did I miss anything off with my last answer just there? Anything?
No,
you
not
want
I
to
can
add?
think of.
No.
One question I did ask: How do we get so many to launch? How do we get the 10 people to launch?
We just knew people because we knew
did.
people
I
from
didn't
attending
know.
events. Basically, yeah, I basically called people that I'd done face-to-face events with and that we'd connected with, or that had raised money with us for charity, and went, guess what, folks, we're gonna do this. Do you want to come join us? And they all said yes. So there we are. That's what happened. Yeah.
Oh,
All Star Trek fans in the beginning, and none of them were in SFI apart from one.
speaking of which, the person that said greetings at the beginning of our show, I was looking to find who it was. This is actually Sean from Sci-Fi Barto. He's our ambassador from the
Big Sean?
showrunner.
Coolio.
Oh, cool.
So he's basically the guy that we got with, and instead of having a 10 by 10 booth, we had an 80 by 10 booth
Wow.
for Star Trek.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
like I
That's the
said,
one
working
place.
with the local providers tends to work out a lot, and we love talking to him and
In
messing
Sean's
with
case,
him.
we love Sean, so it works.
He actually they wrapped his truck so it's got nacelles
Yeah.
and it looks like the starship. So his F-150 truck actually looks like
Brilliant. Oh, I love it.
So how
That's
do you
amazing.
point out members in your chapter who make a difference?
How do we say that
Point
again?
them out.
How
do you recognize them?
You recognize
Sorry,
them?
wait a minute. I got dogs barking, people shouting at my end. Let me shut that door again, and then you can repeat the question. Say that again.
How do you point out those in your chapter who have made a difference?
I think it's because we're in communication with each other all the time. We know what people are doing, even if they don't shout about it.
Right.
That's how. So we don't kind of leave it. We haven't really had to at this point had to leave it to someone else in our crew to say, do you know what this person is doing this? We try to keep across what people are doing and what matters to them. So we kind of know without having to work too hard. I mean, I think if our chapter was a lot bigger, we couldn't do that. And then we'd have to give somebody the job. So one of our members has the job currently of making sure we don't miss anybody's birthday and things like that.
Not
we
now.
will probably, well, we
We've got to
have
get
that
some-
role. Yes, we do have that role in our ship, don't we?
But we go somebody that's done GDPR.
Yes, I know, because people have to keep up to date with their requirements for Starfleet. But I think the thing is, it's if we weren't the size we are, we'd probably have someone and it would be their job to do that. But at the moment, we don't need to. We just are in touch with each other quite a lot, so we know what everybody is doing. So it's that, really.
Have you given anybody the Order of Merit? You use the Order of Merit?
You have, haven't you, John?
Yeah, I'll take to you. I'll go to the XO.
Yeah.
Older Samaritan.
Yeah.
Because she
Yeah.
doesn't. Sometimes she doesn't. We decided, which is a good idea. I'll do the MSR 1 month.
Yeah.
The following month, Claire does it.
We split it between us. We do most things between us, don't we? Yeah.
Huh, I wonder where he got that idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You want to deal with the VA?
No, they said they split the MSRs.
Mhm.
But I'm saying one of the things that we try and do is if we're working together with, doesn't matter whether it's just our chapter, if we do a recruiting event with multiple chapters,
Yeah.
we try and whoever's in charge of the main planning tries to give out order of merits depending on what the people do. We had people that were making stuff for the booth. We had people dressed up in costume, different stuff that they did. We tried to give away a recognition for everybody that was involved.
We had
So
someone
it's
who
recognizing
couldn't make
people's
it.
effort. Yeah. Yeah.
We had someone that had a procedure done with her jaw, and she ended up so badly bruised and sore she couldn't make it. But for 3.5 months on Facebook, she and I laid all of the final layout plans and everything else. And it's like, no, we're not going to do this and not recognize someone who has contributed so heavily.
Made so much effort. Yeah, quite
Yeah.
right. And it goes back to the fact that there's so many ways people contribute to something, isn't there? It's not always in the obvious ones, right?
And a lot of the chapter COs and all have no clue that this is something you can do free.
Yeah.
It takes time to write up the awards,
But
but
important.
it's
How
still
would you
free.
Oh, you know,
Okay,
man.
so the effort's not free, but there's no actual cost. But it's worth it, isn't it? Because it's a way of saying formally, thank you very much.
And it was nice to be able to say, hey, the 18 people that put so much into it, actually, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, none of our chapters would be anything without the effort of all the people involved, would we? So,
Right. Now, what is your favorite episode of Star Trek?
Oh, God, that's an impossible question. Okay. If I really had to name one, Measure of Man from
That's
TNG.
Awesome. Okay, you, John?
Oh no, I'm going back. You got to remember, I'm older than Claire. Original series there's two. Enemy Within and Balance of Terror.
Balance of good ones.
Mm.
Do you guys have a favorite episode?
For me, it's Balance of Terror.
Okay.
There's a line in there I appreciate more and more as I get older. And that's when Kirk looks at the helmsman and says, "You put that bigotry in your quarters, mister. There's no room for this on the bridge."
Right there.
Yeah.
See, that's Star Trek in one line, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. That and the other line Kirk has said that I really, really see the value in is, yes, we're beasts, we're killers, but we're not going to kill today.
That's a very good William Shatner impression. Can I just say? Anyway, delivery. Yeah.
But I like what it's saying. It's saying, yeah, okay, we can really be vile, but you know what?
We don't have to be.
We can decide not to today.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of it. There's two that I really like. One is actually from Discovery. When can't think of his name right now. The captain that had the plant captain, not
Lorca.
Yeah.
Or Pike.
Lorca.
Lorca.
No. Yeah.
Captain Lorca.
Was it Lorca?
Yep.
Yeah.
When his ganglia fell off. And
you mean Okay, when
It wasn't
Saru's
Larkin.
ganglia fell off. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Saru. It was Saru, not Larkin.
Yeah, Saru.
When Saru, but right before the ganglia fell off, he was making, even though he was scared shitless, he was making decisions for the best of everybody.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things of he had to overcome all that fear.
And do it anyway.
Recently, in Picard, when the new captain of the Titan, who was an ass through the first 3 episodes of the season, went and showed his ability to be a engineer.
Yes.
And just just started being a human to
sucked up everything and just got on with it. Yeah.
7 of 9, who he treated like she was less than because she was bored.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, just his attitude changed in that one moment that showed, hey, this is why he was a captain.
Yeah.
Not how his attitude was before, but that showed his ability as a captain to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And those are examples that in a tough situation, it shows overcoming one's faults and doing the right thing.
Yeah, well, that episode I found interesting because that does show people who end up in command who really aren't 100% ready for it.
Not perfect. Yeah.
Will overcompensate. And if, heaven forbid, they're male, I hate to say it, but that's just fact. The first thing they will do is find something that is a nit that doesn't count, and they'll hit it, and they will pounce on that forever.
Yeah.
And then when someone that has already shown them, you know what? It's hard, but it's not as hard as you're making it.
Yep.
The first thing they do is they deny them anything and everything. And that's exactly what he did.
I'm going to just sit here and say nothing.
And Picard, no.
Yeah.
Didn't even wait to see what was going on.
So we have one more question.
Okay.
If we were to come over to England for a sci-fi weekend, and we're going to have a movie watching fest of sci-fi shows, what show would be on repeat other than Star Trek?
If it was a show, probably Stargate.
Yes.
Nice. We are reproved.
Is that okay? So you're going to come then? Is that right?
They had a man at Sci-Fi Barcode who built a fiberglass Stargate.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
3 days before the event, somebody smashed it. It knocked into it with the front of their vehicle.
Oh no!
And it would blow.
Yeah, it kept me out of jail because I was tempted to steal it.
Hey, this is the guy that made a Cylon Raider from the original Battlestar Galactica.
To me, I thought that Stargate was one of those things that could actually happen. It was just enough sci-fi.
There's enough real world potential in there, isn't there?
Yeah, and I loved it. It was the 90s, you know.
It was everything about everything. It was the 90s in a sci-fi show. That's
right.
Are you under the impression that your government might hide things from you?
No. But
I'll have you know, just because they do doesn't mean it's true.
So it's one of those things, and it had 17 years and 4 movies. So that was a lot of episodes.
That's a lot of canon. It is.
And the talent that was in that show just was amazing.
Yeah.
Just like when you think about Frank's becoming a director, in Stargate, 4 of the main characters actually were directing and writing episodes.
Yeah. Who knew the characters better?
So it wasn't like, hey, I've got a bunch of writers that don't really care about the show writing coming in. These were the people that loved the characters and loved the show enough that said, I want to write an episode,
Yeah.
or I want to direct this and see how hard it was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
while they're doing the acting, they're also directing this, and you could see in the episodes their efforts.
Yeah. Yeah. When someone has a real affinity for something, it shows. It really does. So yeah, so does that mean you'll come to England then if we put Lower Decks on? I mean, if we put Stargate on for you?
If I had the money, I'd be there today, but
No.
Same
Cool.
here.
Well, you have a standing invite. There you go.
I haven't been there in a few years.
Yeah.
37 to be.
now we
Precise.
live in the area where the world comes to vacation.
Okay.
We've got Disney less than 45 minutes away from here, and we've got Tampa Bay fishing and boating less than 45 minutes away from here. One going one direction, one going the other.
Yeah.
So,
But
and it's funny, a lot of them will come here because hotels, motels, they're all much, much cheaper than
Yeah.
right there next to the park. So,
well, we also have
and we have Legoland,
we had the original
Cypress Gardens.
theme park Cypress Gardens before it became Legoland.
Oh wow.
So if you had a boat ski show in your country, they came here to train.
Oh really? Oh well, there you go.
So it's one of those things of we are the vacation spot for the world.
That's a claim to fame, guys. It is.
And during COVID, it was shut down.
Yeah.
It was so
It's
weird.
Really hard.
Yeah, everything hard.
It was so weird to be able to drive down the road and not go, wait a minute, I'm doing the full speed limit during the day.
Yeah, I bet.
But like I said, we really wanted this to be get to know you, talk about this, and just enjoy learning about the different chapters.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to chat to you guys.
Yeah, one more question.
About what you're doing.
Yeah,
Go
what's
on.
the funniest thing happened? Something funny happened with the chapter.
Okay, the funniest thing that's ever happened in our chat. Well, that's an ask because some people say that our chats become quite surreal. I'd have to think about that one for a minute.
Mm.
What's the
Which
funniest
chapter
thing?
is most like a Monty Python episode?
Basically, it is like that sometimes.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that sometimes. We can have 7 people on the chat and you've got 4 different conversations going on. And when you're leading
like
it, and somehow they all come together.
Yeah,
Like
like
today we started talking about, what did we start talking about? We started talking about kids' TV,
in the
and that
70s.
led seamlessly to Jesus of Nazareth. Don't ask me how, but that's where it went today. Right?
That sounds like last night's conversation, John,
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah.
We started talking about technology and computers through the years, and then it changed to something else.
And that's one of the things that's nice about our crew chats. You never quite know what you're going to get. You don't. So they're always fun.
Well, we always know what we're going to get, confusion, but we're prepared.
In the best way. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like I
That's
said,
all good.
I thank you. And I didn't play this at the beginning, but one of the reasons why we called it Coffee With was Picard loved his tea. He was always getting his Earl Grey.
Yeah.
But in Voyager, this phrase. I need to get that again. Really stuck with it, and we were like, "Hey, let's do an interview. Call it Coffee With, and just have a sit down."
Well, we all know there's coffee in the nebula, so why not coffee in cyberspace? It works, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen the launch video of the Essex?
No.
I think you've been on this public page.
It probably has.
It will mute you, so it's a minute long.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Mm.
I love it.
The game is called Star Trek Online.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I know of it. It's one of those
Yeah.
things that I wish I had time to do, but
I play it. I own a fleet, and
Do you? Okay.
when John told me what about the ship and everything else, the first thing I wanted to do was something special. As soon as he launched, I gave him those videos.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
So
John and I only go back. Gee, what is it? 3 years now? 3.5?
Yes, well, just before Russell died, wasn't it? Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
yeah,
couple of years before Russell died, we both had a chance to really get to know Russell.
yeah.
Well, that's good. That's
Yeah.
really nice, and it's great that you know he lives on in your ship name. I think it's brilliant.
Well, I've got
And using our respect for him and our appreciation for what he believed in, captains like us that got to hear Russell are reaching out now and trying to bring the fleet closer together. And I think
Which is
that
fantastic.
is the most positive move possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we're all one fleet, aren't we? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
so-
Khan said it. Nonsense. We are one big happy fleet. Of course, that's when he that's when he made a no and an owie. But you know,
Yeah, there we go. Anyway, thank you so much. It's really nice to talk to you, and maybe we'll return the invitation to the members of the
what we could
chat
do with.
on your side
Well,
soon.
you're always welcome whenever we have a after hours.
Mm.
I know it's a little bit late for you sometimes, but you're always welcome to join us as John does.
Mm.
Well, there's a
And
few night owls in the crew, so we might just take you up on that. You know.
anytime. I want to end the broadcast just because we're trying to keep it under an hour.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is it will permanently be on YouTube, so y'all can use this if you want as a booth video.
recruiting.
Brilliant.
So
Thank you.
give me one
Thank you very
second. I'm gonna pop up your symbol again, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna end the broadcast.
Mm.